from the city end, this kid, Joel Wing, back on the Yarra.
Yes, a 12-metre pass for Joel. It's a must-run, of course. Plenty of work to do to take out this event, but the young Aussie, the only Australian in the final. But actually, Joel is 7 times Australian Men's Open Slalom champion, so he's the Aussie with the top credentials here this afternoon.
And he works his way through those gates. A little bit of slack line around number 6, but he'd be pretty happy with that.
I think he would do it, of course, sets it up for the next pass, so he's going to come in on the 11.25 metre line from the Swan Street Bridge end. Now, this is one that he knows he absolutely has to run. A couple of guys have done it earlier, and to give himself a shot at the event, he's got to run it pretty well. So he gets around 2, just breaks forward a little around 2. Good turn out of 3, comes into 4. Oh, he's bobbled forward a bit around 4. He's late into 5, and he gets it back together, stretches for 6, and Joel Wing from Australia. 6 on 11.25, and he's pretty happy about that too.
Oh, well, he has done that pass many a time, but has he done it on the Yarra? That's the question in this sort of competition.
Well, the leader's 1.5 at the moment from Jody Fisher. Here comes Joel Wing. Gets a good start around boy number 1. Oh, and he's a little narrow into 2, but back to the wake for the extra bonus half. Joel Wing, a new leader from Australia.
Fist in the air again, Rob. He is a very happy boy, and why not? When you put in a performance like that against some of the world's best, you deserve to be happy, and Joel Wing gets it with 2 boys.
Leader so far, men's slalom final, Joel Wing, 2 at 10.75. Is it going to be enough, Joel? You've got some hot competition to come, but congratulations, great score.
Grums, thanks. I can't say it's going to be enough. I mean, the skiing we've seen in the first couple of rounds has just been absolutely phenomenal for a Moomba. It's just been the highest scores ever.
All right, the Aussie champ, 2 at 10.75, the leader so far, men's slalom.
Next skier on the water from the city end on the 12-metre line from New Zealand. This is Aaron Larkin.
Yes, of course, this is a Kiwi who's put a really lot of work in over the last couple of seasons. He's come of age, he's skiing very, very well. Keeping the line fairly tight around boy number 3 as Aaron takes him forward. He was just waiting for 4. He was so early, turning around 5. Controlled aggression, I think we could call that. And Aaron Larkin looking very comfortable indeed on the 12-metre pass.
Well, what an amazing style too. I love the way he just dumps that shoulder in the water. Very powerful stuff from the Kiwi. Let's bring him back in from the Swan Street end. This is the 11.25 metre line. Works his way through the gates. Aaron Larkin knows he needs to run this one if he wants to get down to the next shortening and mix it with the top couple of competitors. Working his way around 3, gets 4, pulls hard into 5, running a little bit late, but muscles his way back into the number 6 boy. A little bit of slack line on the way out through the gates, but gets it done.
Yeah, I think the best thing about that, Brant, was he didn't panic. He ran a little down course, but he knew he could run the pass comfortably, and he did so. But this is for a shot at the lead. Joel Wing sitting currently on 2 boys. Turns around 2. He's going to have to get to the wake to get to the lead. Oh, and he does. Well, he turns 3. He's having to be going 3. Oh, and he's the hook, turning the body on the line again. And he's round boy 4, and there's a new leader. And what stunning fashion from Aaron Larkin to complete 4 boys on the 10.75 metre line.
Well, that is exactly what we needed from the Kiwi. But is it going to be enough to keep this man out? 12-metre line from the city end, Moomba champion. Pretty much one of the best skiers in the world at the moment, Chris Parrish.
Yes, of course, Chris Parrish has a pending world record sitting with a few boys on the 9.75 metre line. So 6'5", the big American, and really comes into this competition with some wonderful credentials and easily completing the 12-metre pass.
Well, I can tell you the majority of us would not make it look that easy, but at 6'5", Parrish does exactly that. 11.25 metres, needs to make this one work if he wants to get through to the next one and end up with a shot at the title. Around 2, lays the body over, works hard against the ski Nautique. Parrish down course now, running into 5, hooks it back around, a little bit of slack line, pulls his way to 6, muscles out through the gates and gets it done.
Well, I think he's thinking to himself, that hopefully will set up for a full 10.75 metre pass, because Aaron Larkin's sitting on 4 at the moment. This is for the event. He needs to run at least 5. Let's see what he can do. Gets a nice start too. That big body as he turns around boy number 2. Keeps the line pretty tight. Turns around 3. So far, so good for Chris Parrish. Turns around 4. He's a little late for 4. He's stretching for 5 and he falls around 5. It could be another tie. Well, we'll have to wait for the judge's decision on that one, Brant, but we could be going to a runoff.
You would not read about this. Have a look from a different angle. Did he get around 5? Yes, he did, but he was not turning that ski, which means it's probably only going to count as 4 boys. We're going to a runoff. Well, runoff it is. Once again, we saw it in the women's final. We're going to see it again today in the men's. Aaron Larkin going to have to work like crazy to get this one done. Around buoy number 1. Dumps it on 2, pulls his way across to 3, gets that shoulder down in the water again. Around 4, works hard for 5. Can he make it happen? Pulls his way across to 6, gets it fist in the air, across the line, through the gates, hangs onto the handle. Rob, have you ever seen such emotion on the young fella?
No, of course he'd be very, very excited because he's in the top company now. Aaron Larkin, his dream could come true. Could he be the Moomba champion? This is 10.25, hooks it around buoy number 1, goes into buoy 2, struggles back to the wake for the extra half a point.
Oh, did he hang on to that handle?
Maybe not. Well, drama on the Yarra. 1.5 unofficially for Aaron Larkin. And who's waiting on the dock but Mr. Chris Parrish, the world record holder himself.
Yeah, ice cool is Chris Parrish. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Has to run this pass first and then has to beat Larkin on the 10.25. Parrish works his way into number 1, muscles across to 2. How smooth does this guy look? Just making it all too easy at the moment. Around number 4, across to 5, throws up a big wall of water into 6, slack line, muscles it across the line at the gates. Parrish, now his shot at the win.
Oh, what a display of power skiing there for the big American. That was fantastic. 10.75. But remember, Aaron Larkin had just previously run that pass. He knew he had to do it. Let's see what he can do now because he also now knows 1.5 is the mark. He has to get a great start. Gets good angle through the gates. Stretches for buoy 1. That's a pretty good start. He comes into 2. He knows he has to get back to the wake to win, and as your champion for 2008, Chris Parrish from the USA.
Well, fist in the air. He is one happy skier, and a dejected Kiwi is Aaron Larkin. Let's have a look at the replay now. Around number 1, look at this terrific angle across the wakes, rolls it around 2, and then just relaxes. But he can do it. The 2008 Moomba Masters champion.
Well, what a final that was. The winner of the 2008 Autobahn Moomba Masters Slalom, Chris Parrish. Chris, congratulations, but what a final.
Oh my gosh. Aaron Larkin went out there and just threw it down. And that was one of the greatest highlights, I think, of my skiing career. I'm cloud 9 right now.
Well, tell me about it. You were sitting down here, Aaron went out, he got the score, you had to go out and do it. What were you thinking after he put his score out?
Honestly, I just told myself on each end, I said, you're in the zone right now. Don't let anything phase you. Just take one pass at a time, and you can run this.
Well, 2008 Moomba Masters Slalom champion is Chris Parrish.
Well, results are in 3rd place, Joel Wing from Australia, Aaron Larkin in 2nd, and Chris Parrish taking the win.